Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
How dare you?
All right. Yep. That's easy.
Are we? Wait. Did you pause it?
I paused the recording. Yes.
I say just start practicing.
I was saying, do you want to start over?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I can't just fucking re-enter.
One and done. Hang on.
All right. Look.
One and done.
A lot of
bless
sexual
America.
jokes today.
Oh, you just need to-
Welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy, Dirty D.
It's your boy, Tech Daddy.
May the force be with you again.
Yeah, there we go.
And also with you.
Again, we're not Catholics.
And again, you're wrong.
What? You can't tell me that I'm Catholic. You don't know my life.
Fucking sit up and stand up.
Also,
Fucking-
part of my notes is that Christianity is canon in the Star Wars universe.
I mean, okay.
We'll get to it.
I know exactly
Okay.
where you're going.
All right. All right. Yeah, we're
They have
gonna
some explaining to do.
we're gonna run with that. We're gonna run with that. Anyways, welcome to Required Taste Podcast. If you join us for the first time, we're a history podcast. We talk about some mystery, some music, a little bit of everything nowadays. But today's about Star Wars. So
once a year, Star Wars.
and once a year we talk about Star
I was
Wars.
going to say, this episode doesn't fall into any of those categories.
It's history, damn it.
Well, I mean, it is. It happened in the galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago.
And in my heart.
That's a good answer.
I
good answer.
refuse to accept any universe in which the Disney movies are history.
Fair.
Oh God, I forgot. I always forget that they actually happened.
I like to, too.
Yeah.
I like to, too.
Anyways, yeah. So if you're new, thanks for giving us a check out. We do a little bit of banter in the beginning of the episodes, and then we kind of get to the topic. Today is Star Wars, so I mean, it's really it's gonna be just kind of banter the entire time. You're all welcome.
Here for DJ's blood.
As per usual, if you haven't heard the prior episodes we've done, this is our third year on the podcast. Therefore, our third year doing a Star Wars episode.
Third year in a row. I'm still here, baby. I'm back, baby.
But you're a changed man.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
I
I'd
mean,
say, yeah.
I
I
would-
can agree with that.
You're a
would say-
lesbian.
He's a very handsome lady.
I would say a general improvement from the first Star Wars episode. We will see if that trend continues.
Yeah,
mean, I
we'll
guess.
find out. It's one way to find out.
Fuck.
Yep. So yeah,
He's right, though. I do look like a fucking
a very handsome lady.
like a
Yes.
lesbian.
Look like you drive a Subaru Forester.
Like I get my
With a-
haircut at like a really
Say
nice
super-
barber shop.
honorable
You know.
Subaru.
And you have a firm handshake. Your firm handshake and Adam's apple ratio is off.
With eye contact.
So this is what will give it away at all times. Is the Adam's apple. Yep.
Look like
Not
that.
the mustache.
No.
He's an 80s lesbian.
Oh, the gym teacher lesbian.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This is off to a great start. We just lost half our listener base. It's fine. It's fine.
We'll get him back.
We always
get you
They
do.
always come back.
We always do. Anyways, if you are a return listener, thanks for giving us a listen. We appreciate all the support. It's been 3 years, like we mentioned before, and we hope you're having a great day. Make sure you drink some water and you get your forehead kisses. There we go.
Powered through them motherfuckers.
Yeah, you did. That was a fucking rapid fire.
That was like a machine gun.
He had something to prove.
Yeah, you did. This man has places to be and people to see. He has no time.
Those were lesbian forehead kisses.
You were picking up what I was putting down.
Good with their mouths.
DJ was like, I'm a lesbian. I was like, I know. That's a reference.
There it is.
I did not say that, guys. like to
You
go on
didn't
record.
have to.
Those are not my words. All right.
I just had to double check our male to female ratio on listeners again just to see where we're at and how much we're going to lose. Damage control.
What's the over under?
It's about 60-40.
Oh, okay.
So
Men or women now?
it's back to male actually.
Okay.
So we gotta take care of the ladies again.
We have a fluid audience.
I mean, we were about 50-50 for quite some time. And then we were actually 60-40 women to men for a while, too.
What did you guys do in the last month?
That's what I was just trying to think of. What could I have said in the last couple episodes?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of things.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
I don't think we want to dive into that because we're going to realize some things real quick.
Yeah, I could think of a few.
Yeah, there's a couple options out there.
You know.
There's a couple. Anyways, what's the question for the day, Deej?
Okay, so I had 2 questions actually. I wanted to ask a Star Wars question. Maybe I should ask that second. The first question was, I was at the gym today, and this guy that's usually there that'll help me out, spot me sometimes, asked me the most random question today. And he asked what I thought was a better soundtrack for the Devil May Cry anime, whether it was Limp Bizkit or 9 Inch Nails. And I couldn't really answer it justifiably because I haven't seen the anime. But I know if like 9 Inch Nails, I would want something dark and gritty.
Yeah.
For the soundtrack. Limp Bizkit, I want like the dudes fucking barrel rolling off walls, fucking machine gun, sword, fucking just murdering fucking people. That's what I imagine.
Red
Limp
hats
Bizkit,
everywhere,
you know?
white shirts.
Are you thinking more like Gundam would fall in with like Limp Bizkit?
I mean, I love Gundam a lot, as you can see by my collection of models that I've built.
I think Gundam is locked in on Linkin Park. You can't.
Oh, 100%.
You can't separate.
Yeah,
those two.
yeah. Well, it depends on which Gundam series, though, too, because there's a lot of Gundam, and with Gundam, there's some emotional animes where like I can see 9 Inch Nails being kind of a fit, but like Gundam Wing, though, that's 100% like Linkin Park and like the new metal era. But for Devil May Cry, did you guys ever play the games for those?
The first 2.
They're so good.
Those were the funnest fucking games when I was a kid. Because what was that? The PlayStation 1 or PlayStation? It was PlayStation 1, 2. Right? Or was it 2?
It was 2.
I think it was
PlayStation 2.
Was it 1 and 2?
No, it was always 2.
Okay.
I could have swore it was on the.
I mean, I have the internet in front of me. I'm going to look it up.
I'm willing to bet Devil May Cry 1 was on PlayStation 1, and then 2 came out for PS2. I'm willing to bet on it. No
We're
takers?
outside of my scope here.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
To answer the question, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit 100%. By the way, Devil May Cry came out in 2001 on the PS2.
Fucking A. All right.
I remember it. That's why I remember being in high school when it came out.
Yeah.
And I remember my extraordinarily Christian parents not liking the fact that I had this game. And they never wanted me to buy it in the first place, but thankfully I was unmonitored most of the time anyway, so I still got it. Thank you, Flea Market. And
Nice.
Oh yeah, the flea market in Gary. I got like most of my games from there growing up. I could ride my bike there. It was fine.
I remember the graphics being really decent. That's why, they couldn't be on PlayStation 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, but that game, I mean, they all had like a new metal-ish soundtrack.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And thankfully the anime carries that over. But at the same time, I fucking hated how they did Lady. Like Lady in the games always gave Dante shit. That's just what she did. But dude, oh man, I have several words that I can't say online to describe Lady in the anime. I mean,
can we do charades?
I mean,
1 or 2 words. Sounds like
it sounds like the word punt.
I was going to say bunt.
Both sport references is fine.
It rhymes with stunt.
But then add flaming in front of it. There we go. Freaking hated her character, dude. Such a horrible, the organization I work for is evil. These people have just saved my life. I shouldn't kill them. Fantasizes about killing children. Like, what is wrong?
Those people grow up to be Marines.
Well, there was no crayons to be ate, but still. Then she kept betraying Dante after he saved her life several times. I wish there's only a few animes in this world where I just wanted to see somebody get shot in the face, and she's definitely one of them.
Oh yeah,
it's like her, Gabby from Attack on Titan. If you're listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist needs to get shot in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know any of these people, but
it's fine. Watch my anime.
I will back you. I will support you.
This is how DJ feels on Star Wars Day. I am so fucking lost.
This is fucking Japanese to me.
It literally is. It literally is Japanese.
Damn it!
You cracked the code.
Well, I'm one step closer, figuring this out.
Yep, one step closer to the edge. Anyways,
Was that a Limp Bizkit song?
oh, that hurt everybody in this
Yeah,
room.
that stung.
Jeez, let's look at.
No.
It's always weird because like I think
Yeah.
like most people when they think about Ben, they don't think about like what his music taste is. I feel like people have asked you before like what you listen to, and that's always your answer.
I feel like John just grew more mustache hairs because he knew that answer and you did it.
Oh, I knew the answer.
Oh, okay, good.
Just being honest.
Okay.
God damn it. Just out of spite.
Oh, because
I hadn't said anything
knew.
for a little while.
God
it is actually I was this thing about your music taste thing again, and like I remember like the few times that I've been in the car with you where you drove and we didn't have any music on. We drove in silence. Well, we were talking, but you
Well,
know.
yeah.
Do you listen to music?
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I feel like
What kind of question is that, man?
But it's Ben. But I get it. I
Like,
get
Did you
it.
see
I
my
get it.
Did you see where I was Saturday?
no,
No.
I was working.
I distinctly remember having a conversation with Ben one time at Set 'em Up years ago, and it was about a Death Cab for Cutie song. Because it kept playing on the radio, and it was like something about whiskey and water in the chorus. I forgot what song it was, but I was like, I fucking hate this song. Every time I go out, I hear this song at least 3 times, and Ben was like, I actually like this song a lot. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what song it is.
I've had to refresh my memory. The lyric isn't.
Like, I try to think of music that Ben would like, and as I go through my thought process, it's just static. Like I can't. I don't know where to go or what genre. Like it would be.
I would love if you listened to like power violence or like grindcore or something. That would be like the best thing ever. If just like
I might, but I wouldn't know if I did.
you like Sneak Attack.
Just-
My favorite band's Power Trip.
No,
You
this
know?
dude's favorite band is Mongolian throat singing.
Yes, the Who. The Who are the shit.
Because the Who are actually pretty good.
Yeah, that is Star Wars canon too.
From what?
The Jedi. What came first? I always forget. Survivor or Fallen Order? Which one came first? That song that he's listening to when he's working on Braca and everything during the whole intro and everything, and then he's in a fight in a kind of a gladiatorial arena later. It's playing again. That's the Who.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
the
That's
Who.
right. I never actually.
That's
okay.
why I found. That's why I found them was Star Wars.
No shit. I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's funny. Yeah, that's good stuff. Are you familiar with the Who, Deej?
With the Who?
Yeah, like
HU.
like HU.
No.
Mongolians.
Okay.
Yeah, they're Mongolian. It's actually pretty good.
Mongolian throat metal.
It's pretty hard.
It is. It's amazing.
Like you want to go raid some towns with this.
Especially if you put the captions on to see what the lyrics are. Woo!
Like you're going to be on horseback
I'm intrigued.
trying to find some Chinese walls.
Side note, I played a show this past
Show me the fucking wall.
Yeah, where that wall is, but I'm taking it down.
Side note, I played a show this past weekend, and a lot of like high school age kids were there, like 14 to 17, you know, which is cool because that was like around the time I started going to local shows, you know.
They're just figuring it out.
And it's a really cool like DIY place in Chicago. It's a really cool setup. They're really good community there. So fuckload of people showed up, but they were doing stuff in the mosh pit that I have never seen before. And like, so now I'm like 2 generations into like the music scene. So like I'm 2 generations past of like what the fuck is happening, you know? Like
It hurts.
it was so weird. It's a mixture of like, have you ever heard of like ska music? Like people dance to it. It's called skanking.
Yeah, a lot of horns, a lot of that.
It's like a 2-step without the angle. It's just straightforward, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a
Didn't
mixture.
the Nazis have that?
It's very, it's very simple. With a little bit of rhythm to it, you know. It was kind of like that, but also like if like you're fucking trying to put like a child to bed who had like a fucking like too much sugar right before bed, and they're just sporadic. They're just
So
like
you're goose stepping?
fucking crazy. I don't know what you call it, but it was a whole different thing, and I was like, I am officially too fucking old.
That almost sounds like that air fighting I used to see.
Oh, that still happens.
Oh yeah, that's fucking.
That's
a
kind of
whole
what it's
different-
reminding me of, at least.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, because that's the shit like I've been involved in for like the past I don't know how many fucking years, and that's different. These kids were just like, just weird dancing. Like it made
Like-
my fucking knees hurt, man.
Like
the way
just
they were
Charlie
moving.
Browning it.
Jeez.
I'd have to show you a video. A lot of weird like TikTok dance and weird skanking, and I was like, I don't even think they're listening to the music.
These damn kids.
They had too much Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Weird skanking.
Yeah, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear today. Thanks for that. All right.
Indeed.
All right.
It implies normal skanking.
That's what I do.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. A lot of horns. So what's your Star Wars?
Star Wars question. What is your guys' favorite Star Wars noise? There's a lot of them.
He's going for the obvious.
Well, I have my answer.
Yeah.
There's one answer.
Well, okay, I want to say mine to see where we're going with this. The detonation of Boba Fett's what is that? His the landmine essentially. The space mine that he has.
No, it's a
concussion.
charge.
Yeah, the charge it comes out the back of his damn Slave One.
Concussion something or other.
Yeah, but it's the best sound.
Just concussion charge.
Maybe
it is the best sound of Star Wars, and that was easy. So,
man, do we have like a sound bite of it?
Let me see if I
is
can
it an explosion noise? Is that what it is?
Kinda. But like I'm gonna put it on my laptop, sure, but like it doesn't do it justice because like you need a good speaker to give it the.
It's just the silence, and then it's just.
Would that be your favorite too?
It's
a different one.
Unofficially, it's probably everybody's favorite.
There's a whole cult following.
Yeah,
behind that noise.
Like it's a meme.
Okay.
Yeah, like
seismic charge.
Oh, okay. Wait,
which is great because like I love. I still
can
play
it be seismic in space.
Fuck you. Stop.
When the fuck have they followed physics at all?
I'm not talking about physics. I'm talking about language.
And again, he used it on land once.
I mean, true. There was an asteroid
in your face.
There was an asteroid.
I was referring to Tatooine when he dropped it inside of the Sarlacc.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
But I did find it, by the way. I'm going to see if I can't get to play here.
I'm trying to think of something that's not that simple.
Also, the TIE Fighters.
TIE Fighters are mean.
We got company. Hang on.
Come on.
Yes.
Here we go.
I think I remember this, and just everybody being like, "Fucking do it."
do it.
It sounds a little different here.
It does sound
especially
different
when you can't see it. Yeah.
But well, I still play Battlefront 2 here and there. I played it yesterday for a bit because obviously. But yeah, it's in the game and it sounds so satisfying. Like every time you hear it, because I'll be playing and like you'll have somebody like playing as Boba Fett in Slave One, you'll just hear it in the distance, like, oh, somebody just died.
Aaron, can you look up this noise and play it? Because this is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Outside of that, TIE Fighters probably are it for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the sound of it. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. This is my favorite noise. Fucking hilarious. Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's the best.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What character is that?
It's R2D2.
Thank you. Okay.
Fucking just
okay, but
flying like a bat out of hell.
Okay,
he does beep noises all the time and he's fucking screaming.
Which clip was that though?
That was from I think episode 2 or 3.
Okay, because episode 3 where he comes flying back into the room and hits the wall. That's my favorite R2 moment.
I just love that there's like noises that he makes, like physical like screaming instead of just the beeps.
I love it.
That's good stuff. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. The whole R2 thing, now since we're on the topic and we're going to dive into this at some point, the whole thing where like Vader just forgot about R2, I'm like, but dude, like how do you forget your best friend, man? It's your best bud.
So
well, and 3PO.
So
yeah, who you built?
Yeah,
like
I mean, granted, he looks a lot like the rest of them, but he's got none of them sound like him.
Yeah, and there's a distinct dent in his helmet.
That too,
but
and the leg.
Oh the silver leg.
Yeah, the off-color leg that I definitely didn't realize until I was an adult.
Like,
fair enough.
I get part of it in that it's like, if my truck out there, if I sold it and 20 years later I saw another black F-150, like it'd be like, oh, I don't recognize that one. I still remember my first car. If I see it like on the road, I'm like, that looks like my car. And so, like to some degree, if I've run face to face in it, yeah, I might not initially think that's mine, but if I have a chance to like look at it, like, is this mine? And I'm gonna look for like things I would know on it.
I'm gonna poke a hole in that because of astromechs. They don't use astromechs anymore, so all the ones that are left, there can't be many.
Yeah. There's a whole, and then even Yoda interacts with R2D2, but he's interacted with R2 in the past. They don't fucking remember each other.
Man, I just thought of another Star Wars question.
What's up?
Because I don't want to wait another year to ask it.
Fair enough.
You are allowed one.
It's either going to be really good or really bad.
But I can't answer this one really. So, what was something that you thought was true about Star Wars when you watched it when you were a kid, and you grew up to learn that it was something completely different?
Ooh.
Man, that's a big question. I wish I had a year to think about that.
So let's. So
like, was there anything that you watched like in the old Star when you were a kid, and that you might have thought that was what actually happened, and then you grew up and you were like, oh wait, that's not what the.
Well, no. So I guess what I was getting ready to ask was something that wouldn't happen in real life, or something that I perceived to happen in the movie that I was just dead wrong about with the plot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That something like some incident where maybe you thought this was happening, but it was really something else happening. You know. That's a deep one.
I mean, a lot of people that, like, even just like the whole Luke, I am your father thing. There's that.
Oh, the Mandela effect.
What
thing?
the way he says it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Say it again.
What?
The effect. How did you pronounce that?
He said Mandela.
Oh, the Mandela effect.
Been watching a lot of The Mandalorian.
Is that what the fuck is it called?
Mandela.
Mandela.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, fucking excuse me, Ben. I didn't know you were a fucking expert.
Is this your first time sitting over with me, fucker?
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Something got blown out of the water.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I have a terrible memory.
God.
Yeah, I mean, because I
come back to
obviously
this in a
watched the
year.
original trilogy a lot as a kid, but I can't remember anything that I saw in that I'm like, that didn't jive, I guess. I don't know.
I'm sure there's something there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Especially with the prequel trilogy coming in and...
Well, because they name drop the Clone Wars.
Yeah. And
very early in that. It's like, oh yeah, we fought together in the Clone Wars. The fuck's the Clone
it's
Wars?
like in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, like, wait a minute. I barely know what this is. What is it?
I will say they did a fantastic job of just being like, we're going to name drop this item and not talk about it again for the rest of the movie, but it's going to be its own series of movies.
Dude, the fucking, what was that? The ice cream machine guy has his own Wikipedia page.
Oh.
From Empire. With the guy running through Cloud City when they're evacuating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
And they brought it back for the Mandalorian just to show that it's a case.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's just a fucking ice cream mixer from the 70s.
Yep.
80s.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So about episode 5, since that is our key topic today, I obviously since yesterday was May the 4th, I watched 4, 5, and 6. I don't think I finished 6, but I did watch 4 and 5. I think I fell asleep at some point. And then I decided to go back and watch the Family Guy episodes because I love the Family Guy Star Wars. I think they're fucking hilarious.
I haven't watched the Empire one in forever.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Like one of my favorite moments in that is something that I thought about when I watched the movie. So remember when Luke hopped into the what's that called?
Garbage chute?
Nope. This is episode 5. When he hopped into the fighter. Not the X-wing, but before that, when
the snow speeder.
Yeah, there's a name for him. I can't remember right now.
Yeah, it's snow speeder.
Doesn't he call it a snow speeder?
He might.
In the movie.
He might. But
I wondered that. I was like, but like, shouldn't that thing be able to fucking go on like any kind of terrain?
Well, all right. So first, I guess because it's so cold on Hoth, maybe it might cause some issues. Like you really like when it's really cold outside, you have to like treat your car a little different. Mm-hmm. Like I'm thinking it might be something like that. But when he hops in and he's talking to Dak, it's like, so Dak, you ready for this? It's like I feel like I take the whole Empire down by myself. Oh well, why would fucking doing it, Dak? but in the Family Guy, they actually do make a reference to that. It's like, here, everybody, Dak's got this. And he like flies in his face and gets immediately killed. What's great about that scene though is what he says before he dies. He's like, "Hey, Empire, get ready to suck some Dak." Just fucking gets killed.
That's beautiful.
Oh man, but yeah, Empire is probably my favorite Star Wars movie. So it's like one of those things where when we talk about discussing this today, I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's easy work.
I would agree.
I mean, Rogue One's definitely up there.
Yeah,
like it's always been a toss up in my mind between the two. But like the nostalgia factor, I think is what gives it kind of the edge. But
I just love what Empire did for the movie industry and make the middle one darker.
Yeah,
give it the bad ending. Give it the cliffhanger. Everything else, because that became a Hollywood trope.
Sure.
After Empire.
Sure.
And everything. So I appreciate what it did for movies.
Empire was like, what was like, because like the main plot in Empire was really more about like the characters more than anything.
That's on purpose.
That
it's on purpose. So that Kirshner? Yeah, Kirshner was the one that directed this one. And between him and Lucas, they wanted to go character driven instead of plot driven, like the previous one, and everything, and delve deeper into Han, everybody we know and everything, and kind of flush out the story, especially since they actually got to make the movie, because there was a novel that was written. Well, you could correct me. It was either written or planned to be written. But if they didn't get the go ahead for Empire, like if Star Wars had flopped originally and everything, they would have made this sequel novel to at least like tie it up.
Oh,
yeah. I don't think they ever actually published it, because if they did, we would all probably own it.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, I don't think they ever actually. I know they were planning to make a novel for it, because they ended up writing a bunch.
Yeah, the plot is known. Like it got close enough to finish or whatever that the plot is known. What would have been.
Yeah.
I feel like Empire was like their way of describing like the like all the dynamics of the dark side, and then like the Jedi side, and like how to like use it and manipulate it. Well,
there's that. There's the showing the depth of the galaxy. And, and everything, and kind of make. And I don't want to say like making the galaxy like a character, like you make Gotham City a character, which. That's all fine and dandy in the Batman movies, but yeah, actually going out there showing the far reaches of the stars and everything else, and then John, help me out. I'm struggling for words here.
Well, it definitely showed the reach of the Empire itself. I think it's what you're getting at. It showed the reach of the Empire and how much the galaxy they actually did control.
Yeah.
And how they were taking control of more of it, because you eventually get to Cloud City where like, oh, the Empire's not here. We're fine. Just kidding. Mm-hmm. Here's Darth Vader. He's going to Wonder Woman you. It's fine.
At a dinner party.
Here's Darth Vader. He's having a dinner party. Boba Fett's here. You're invited.
I think you're right in that it's painting the reach of the Empire and how like pretty much the rebels are on the run. All of like the original trilogy. Outside of their several small victories, they get their ass handed to them.
Yeah, like they blew up the Death Star,
and I never really realized it until actually watching it this weekend and really focusing on Empire, because I watched it twice just to brush up and everything. And so we focus on Luke's growth, Han's growth, Leia, so on and so forth, the Emperor, who he is and everything. But you never really notice. It's there. It's 100% there. But through the trilogy, you don't notice how big the Rebel Alliance actually gets. And everything, you just kind of accept, oh, there's a bunch of ships. And everything, but no, it's like a few thousand, then maybe a few tens of thousands, and everything, and then into whatever it would be, but into that final battle above Endor.
Right.
And everything. And like, I never really thought about it. Like the Rebel Alliance is growing the whole time.
True.
And everything. I don't know. It just stuck out to me because when you see them leaving Hoth, well, hell, when you see him attack the Death Star, the first one, pretty much just fighters. and fighters and bombers, and then you go to Hoth. They're leaving Hoth, and you have the cruisers and what have you. Okay, cool. And then finally, Return of the Jedi, you see capital ships to take on Star Destroyers. You don't see that in the previous two movies. I just never thought about it.
If you look at, especially like now that we can factor Rogue One into the conversation, you have all of their all like their larger ships get destroyed at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like, so at the beginning of Rogue One, like, okay, they have organization, they have like this, the Rebel Alliance has organization, they have funding, they have ships, they have a lot, and then they all get destroyed.
That is
so
true.
they're kind of they're rebuilding the rebellion by this point. So the rebellion is happening, and I'm sure they have some support somewhere because you have Mon Mothma
and whatnot. And I don't know. And you're right. You're right. I always have a habit of viewing the trilogy through the lens of when it was made.
Sure.
Of like that was the first.
Is there a fucking Federal Reserve of the galaxy that funds like? Where's the fucking money coming from to build all the ships and?
DJ's asking the real question.
Where's the space bucks?
Where's money?
Where is the space conspiracy theory?
Follow money.
Death Star was an inside job.
Oh yeah, Alderaan was a inside job.
It's a coup, you know.
So,
Jeez.
I mean, I think it all boils down to trade.
Yeah, I mean that's why the
trade, illegal
first movie even
barter.
started.
Yeah, illegal barter, all those kind of tropes.
Well, and also when we say rebellion, we're not talking about like a city or like a town or like, you know, like even a state. We're talking about planets and star systems that are rebelling. It's not just like one planet or two planets. It's like a whole system of people that are against the Empire. So you have planets.
I guess that's
involved.
my question with the logistics is like, where does it start? Like the building and the recruiting and like.
Oh, you're not going to be happy.
Is there
when we start
like
talking about
a
logistics?
fucking, you know,
Dude, there has been a 15-year-old argument between some of my friends about trade regulations. I'm not starting this shit today. I'm not joking. Like those that are listening to this, if you're familiar with what I'm referring to, that shit's been going on for actually longer. It's been like 17 years now about trade regulations and was the trade federation right. We're not starting this today. We're not doing.
They were.
We're not starting this today, John. Like we're not starting. You're starting.
I gotta
Fuck
say,
off.
Han Solo did treat fucking rebellion soldiers like fucking pieces of shit.
Well, Han
He
Solo
was
himself
such an
was a piece of
asshole.
shit.
Han treated everybody like a piece of shit.
Because he was a piece of shit.
Could you imagine being like a rebellion soldier and like this guy shows up who's like not a soldier. He doesn't have any fucking badges or anything. He's calling himself captain.
He was a colonel,
You know,
after New Hope.
No, he was a general.
In Return.
Oh, in return, I'm sorry. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
a colonel. Leia was a general, and Luke is a commander in Empire.
Yeah, that makes sense.
because that was like one of the things that fucked me up in the beginning when he's going to get on the snow fucking rider or whatever, and the guy gives him like advice about the fucking cold. You know?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, the Tauntaun.
The Tauntaun? The animal?
The snow horse.
He's over here describing it like a fucking
Whatever-
snowmobile.
Whatever the fuck it
like, does it have
know
an
what it's
engine
called.
or a heart, you jackass?
But like before, the guy like gives him advice about being the cold, and then Han Solo like doesn't say anything. It is just like, "I'll see you in hell," and
Yeah.
it just like fucking goes away.
The hardest, maybe the hardest line in Star Wars. Too.
But like if I was a soldier, I'd be like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like, wait, what? Like, give me my fucking tauntaun back. Like,
As the door is
fuck.
closing, just fucking shoot the Tauntaun. You fucking dick.
Speaking of that, actually,
Shoots Hans, rolls credits.
so, I mean, we wouldn't have a 7, 8, 9, so that's fair.
Yeah.
I shot first, jackass.
That was my whole post yesterday. If anybody follows me on Facebook, you probably saw it. But like, yeah, all my for the May the 4th episode, post was Han shot first. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the post. But anyways,
People got pissed.
I don't give a fuck. Anyways, we know what happened. We were there. We synced it. Anywho, so I was gonna bring this up because I found out this about this recently. So remember how obviously Luke's on the Tauntaun gets hit by the Wampa, taking the cave, and how he was all beat up in the hospital room. Yeah, that's because he got injured. Like so.
Yeah.
Was that actually? Is that a true story?
I file that under urban legend just
Okay.
because, like, if you compare him to, you're correct. It's been a long standing story, but if you compare him from Empire to New Hope, all he looks like is like he's just aged. He doesn't look.
I do remember
Like he got
reading
fucked
something
up.
about that. They were saying like
I know it was a bad car wreck.
He didn't like
Yeah, he got a
they
car
didn't
accident.
scars.
Yeah.
So like
I will
you know.
say, I had a note about it of when they're leaving Hoth, Leia leans down because like they had just rescued him. He's in like not great shape, and she leans down to kiss him. He does not kiss back. He's just. And she's just like
That was the Force telling him.
Yes, good old Space
she's
Alabama.
essentially like
Oh, yes, Alderaan, aka Space Alabama.
That was Qui-Gon going all the way back. Going, no!
It's like, Obi-Wan, you dick. Why didn't you say anything? Like, Obi-Wan, Yoda, the fuck?
What is it saying? Think of the odds. Why would I have to say anything?
Yoda's like, no.
I've been in
Happened
the
as well.
swamp for a long time.
force inbreeding.
Oh, no.
Now, for the record, though, DJ, and you might not know this, Lucas didn't know he was going to make them brother and sister until after Empire.
oh wow.
Yeah. So it's just been a continuous retcon.
Yeah. That's,
The whole as much as I love the movies, the original trilogy, it's just been a series of rolling changes. So he made them brother and sister after the fact.
The writer comes in. Hey, did you just make them kiss? Yeah, man. The love interest.
Yeah, because originally it was going to stay a love triangle.
Again, Space Alabama.
And the fact it's never brought up again. You know,
somebody was like, no.
You know
This is good.
Chewie's
We're gonna leave this in.
You know Chewie's talking shit
Dude,
on
Chewie has
camera,
seen so
and they're
much.
just not translating it.
Chewie's been through some shit.
Or R2. R2 knows.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. He was there.
He watched them birthed.
Just imagine he comes rolling in screaming again.
I should have kept that cute.
That needs to be a button.
That's that.
Should have kept that.
We should
Should've
have
kept
that
that
added
saved.
on there. Honestly,
Yeah, that's my bad.
that's a good. We'll fix that.
I think
yeah.
he'll get sued.
It's a short clip.
It's like a 7-second clip.
I'm not an
Yeah, I
expert
don't
on
know.
copyright. I don't know.
We're
I don't
past
know.
the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
We're not big enough to worry about yet.
yeah.
We're coming, Disney.
Yeah, we're coming in for that ass. So back on episode 5. By the way, I did look it up. That the snow speeder that's referring to was actually called an airspeeder.
It's an airspeeder, really.
T-47 airspeeder.
Wait,
They do call it a T-47, but everything else refers to it as a snow speeder.
wait. The T-47 was that triangular fucking thing, wasn't it?
Triangle. I thought that was a T-wing.
No.
I thought it was a B-wing.
No, the thing. It's
They're all alphabetical.
This is true. No, I'm talking about the that toy Luke is playing with on,
Yeah.
on Tatooine and New
I know
Hope.
what you're referring to.
I
Yeah.
thought that was a T-47.
We're fucking wrong.
I guess. I wonder what the hell the one I'm talking about is.
This is according to Wikipedia.
Your source for news.
Yeah.
If I could make a Wookiee sound, I would.
So, the
That's actually a X-34 land speeder. Oh, wait, no, that's what he drove. Hang on.
Yeah, land speeder.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll figure it out.
I got my thing here.
so I love how DJ wanted us to
A T-16.
go through the
T-16,
movie in a
okay. I knew it was a
chronological
T.
order.
Yeah.
We've just been fucking.
Well, yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was a T-wing. Yeah, so I was right. Well, kind of. T-16, T-wing. I was in the ballpark.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, going back to the beginning of the movie, obviously Han's a dick. Luke gets smacked by a Wampa.
You know,
Han's Tauntaun dies
Yes.
before, like, just from the cold. One, why? How does the Tauntaun, who's made for this environment, die before Han? And two, the thing died of cold, and they're like, "Oh, let's put Luke in here to stay warm." Obviously, they are not good at that.
Well, the time
the insides.
because fucking Han Solo didn't listen to old boy's advice. Probably didn't feed the fucking thing or anything before they went out. The guy gave him the best advice ever, and he was like, "Fuck you, buddy. See you in hell."
Also,
Han's leaving. They're like, "Anyone want to tell him that's someone with cancer?"
also, if you want to be a real stickler about it, they're both at equal levels of exposure, more or less, at time wise, right? But the Tauntaun was running for God knows how long. We don't know how long.
Died from exhaustion.
So exhaustion mixed with exposure.
Yeah.
While Han Solo's just been riding it.
It also reminds me what the abominable snowman fucking thing. What's that thing called?
The Bumble.
So that like did you guys
the Wampa, but I always think it's a rip off of the Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
have you guys ever watched
is.
King Kong vs. Godzilla 1962, the Japanese
It's
version?
a long time ago.
Yeah.
The
Definitely seen it.
fight scenes they have in that are fucking atrocious. It's just two guys in costumes
Yeah,
throwing rocks at each
The
other.
Power Rangers before it was Power Rangers.
And that was like the first thing I thought of when I saw that. I was like,
So what's funny is you're only seeing the special edition one. Yeah, the original. Yeah, well, the original was just the arm
Yep.
swiping him. That shot where he gets real close in the cave.
yeah.
And everything from like here up and everything, and the arm coming off.
That's about it.
That was it.
Wow.
And so everything else, him eating and everything, and all
Yeah,
of
that
that,
was
that was
added in.
added in
Oh, no shit.
30 years later, 20 years later, whatever it was.
They couldn't do better than that.
That's what that was my thought. I was like, why didn't they redo this?
Yeah, no, they
But
did.
that is the
They did.
reason.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
They're only
by the way-
$1 billion industry.
But it's fine.
But hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, did you see that you can, I just want to say it before I forget, did you know you can buy a Wampa arm ice scraper, by the way?
Oh, I think we talked about this last winter.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, so the arm that Luke cuts off, you can buy as a ice scraper. And actually, it's like the whole thing. It goes up to like your forearm.
Merchandising.
Well, they,
Spaceballs, the lunchbox. Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
I wouldn't say we almost made it, but I knew we weren't going to.
Think if you're just in your house chilling, some dude comes in with a fucking laser sword, cuts off your arm,
He dragged me into his house.
and then several weeks later, your arm is an ice scraper.
Fuck that dude. I'm glad it is. He knocked me off my snow horse and dragged me into his house.
Right.
And then spit on my boots and then stick to the fucking ceiling.
obviously.
Fuck that guy.
I like that snow horse is becoming.
Merchandising.
Merchandise.
Oh, man. Every time I think about that, I just remember that George Lucas kept merchandising for Star Wars.
Yeah.
So part of his deal was to keep merchandising rights.
Wow.
They made so much fucking money.
So
I
much.
almost brought the Spaceballs cups that I bought from Comic-Con. It just says Spaceballs
yeah.
cup.
You should try to get
Baseball the cup. Yeah,
You should try and
was
get
that
one of
this
those.
year? Or was that last year?
It was this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should try and get one of those signed by Star Wars people.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
There was one year we went, I think it was like 2019 or 18, but somebody went as Barf and the whole Spaceball setup. Like they had the black dudes with the comb. They had fucking, what's Han Solo's character in that name? I forget. Lone Star.
yeah.
They had
Oh,
Lone
there you go.
Star, Barf.
Gold Star.
I forgot Princess Leia's character's name in that movie too.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
So
But I do remember that. I think that was like 2019.
Yeah,
I think.
something like that.
Yeah.
So only because I brought up time earlier with the exposure and exhaustion thing. I'm not trying to go in any kind of order. I'm just going with things that pop in my head.
I was going to keep going in order, but okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, did you have more? Or?
It's fine.
So one thing about Empire that I feel I'm not saying it as a criticism necessarily, and I'm curious to see where your brain goes with it. Time, the idea of time in this movie. At least amongst the fans and even casual observers, everybody seems to think that Luke was on Dagobah for a couple days because that's kind of the way it's perceived through the lens and whatnot until because everybody forgets that the Millennium Falcon couldn't go to light speed to make its trip, as fast as it normally would.
Several thousand years later.
going from Hoth to Cloud City and everything, and giving you the perception that they were underway for weeks or months. And Luke had actually been training that whole time rather than a couple days to a week.
Yeah.
The way it's kind of presented.
Yeah, they don't do a good job with time.
No, because both things aren't shown in parallel.
Well, isn't like, what was that movie with Matthew McConaughey, Interstellar?
Yeah.
It was like every 20 minutes or something like that, or every hour. Was
Yeah,
like
where they're on
a
the-
year
on
or
the
something
Every
like
hour
that.
was 7 years.
Yeah, and that's what I would assume. Like, it's fucking space, like-
There is a theory about that with Dagobah. That time does,
Slow.
yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, that I prefer to just use the Millennium Falcon as a constant of you're going this far across the galaxy, so that means that Luke was in a swamp with no women for 6 months.
But a green frog man yelling at him about he's not good enough, and now how he sucks at the Force. It's like, your dad was better than you at this.
And he didn't have all his limbs. Foreshadowing.
Well, you must say, dude, this is by the end of it. All right, so moving forward to this timeline thing here. Get out of the cave, get smacked, get saved inside of the Tauntaun for warmth, get saved.
I do like how he leaves the cave to go out into the fucking blizzard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like you couldn't just kill the damn
Instead of
Wampa.
just handling it.
Right. With a lightsaber.
Yeah.
That you just cut his arm off, was already wounded. Finish it.
He is only
finish the job.
3/4 of the problem he previously was. Finish it.
Yeah, finish the damn job. Now you're just a dick for leaving it a maimed Wampa. They're an endangered species, you dick. so there's that.
Can you imagine Space PETA? Save the Rain Corps.
They got pissed off.
And also, where does it stop being an animal and start being like
the
right Rain Corps versus the pig people?
I will say,
Oh, yeah, it depends on what part of the apocalypse.
if it's like Starship Troopers, man, they kill
I will say,
any kind of fucking alien.
You were really good at talking about other movies during a Star Wars episode.
I'm
Do you
just
know that?
comparing what I know, all right?
And also, we should do a podcast one day about Starship Troopers
That would
conspiracy
be
theories.
that would be awesome.
Because this conspiracy is about the whole Clandathu thing. Anyways,
Dude, we can
Oh, you know what? There's some really solid
some good ones, dude.
Yeah,
we can
there
do
is.
a week of just Verhoeven movies.
we were the bad people.
they Starship Troopers and Helldivers. Anyways,
But yeah, Leia also makes a comment before Luke or Han takes off. So I'd rather kiss a Wookiee.
yep.
That's a people, man. You're racist.
It also calls him a nerf herder, which I also they make fun of his family on Star Wars. Like, well, you can't say that word. That's our word.
That was very awkward when they were arguing.
Space Alabama. Leia's from Naboo.
Jesus.
No, Alderaan is Space Alabama. That's why it got blown up. It's fine. Rolls Tide.
Naboo was Space Alabama. It was segregated.
It was.
Yeah. Alderaan, who knows?
That was another awkward part when they were arguing and like
All the crew people
and
are
they're
around
just
them.
like fucking walking through them and like was that like
It reminds me of a low rent apartment.
a fucking
When you're
Section
going,
8? You
when
can
you're
say
going
it.
through
You're
the
like-
hallways.
Yeah.
I fucked your friends.
You guys hear?
I'm gonna fuck your little furry friend too.
Her just dog weeder.
Chewie fucking perks up like he's welding. He's like, what?
If you were a
The
Wookiee,
red rocket comes out.
better yet, if you were a Wookiee, you would know I wouldn't be into that.
Oh man.
Fucking turns her down. But my favorite part of that is probably Han's comeback, though. And as he could use a good kiss.
Yep.
He's lonely and he has feelings.
Right, he's been sucking a shit with me for weeks.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Weak.
All right, so again, moving forward a little bit. What happens next? Isn't it? Don't they get attacked
Yeah.
right after that? All
That's
right.
the Battle of Hoth.
Yeah. So
Pretty much, yeah. Nothing,
Yeah,
really, nothing really in between.
yeah, I'm skipping forward a little bit. Obviously, there's just some dialogue and
Actually, other than the fact that there's a fan theory that the Admiral, the first one that Vader kills, was a rebel spy. That he was actually incompetent. And so,
There we go. More conspiracy.
Yeah, so I
theories.
never.
Oh yeah, because he comes out of hyperspace too quickly.
But he also-
thinks that the probe is a false alarm.
He tries to push off the shield generator, and
Yeah,
there's so
that's
many
not being a thing.
uncharted civilizations, and this and the other. And then the coming out of hyperspace too late.
No, it's too soon.
Is it too soon?
Yeah, because he appeared.
I thought
he
they wanted to be behind the meteors.
He showed up
asteroids.
before everybody else. So like they've discovered the fleet in an orbit because he showed up before they were supposed to.
No. So
I thought there were asteroids they were trying to hide behind.
I thought
That's what I
thought
I
he
could be wrong.
did it too late, so he showed up too close to the planet.
Okay,
That's-
it might be too late. I don't. He showed up way too. He showed up in front of everybody when he shouldn't have been.
He didn't do what Vader said.
Exactly, and he got Vadered. he got force choked with social distancing. He got fired via email.
Telecommunication force choked.
Like he got fired like I did over a fucking Zoom call.
Didn't
Yours
he
sounded better.
thank him right before he choked him? Am I thinking
Did he
of
what?
that correctly? Didn't he thank him
That
before
was
he
later.
choked him?
That was
later?
That was a different one. That was
Okay,
the other
yeah.
Admiral, Admiral Piet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, God, I just realized,
there was
I realized I got Vadered except for the whole dying part. I got fired over a Teams call.
So yeah, that was a fan theory I came across that I somehow
That makes a
I
lot of
never
sense,
heard
actually.
of.
I never heard that either.
Prior to this weekend, I was like, I like that one.
I can get behind that one.
And I don't like a lot.
Well, because how
Oh,
the
no.
hell would he have made it that high of a rank if he's a fucking it? Okay, I mean that. Never mind.
They move up fast.
I want to say that. Like, let me
How
rephrase
how
that.
bad was the guy that got choked before him? Like,
lot of upward movement.
yeah, like this.
Side note, small tactical issue. During the Battle of Hoth, you have your little fucking AT-ATs. They're already bad at the job. They don't have any side guns. I feel like it's
No, they
really
do
easy
not.
to be a snow speeder and not get shot down. You just come from the side.
No, they just have a neck.
like
yeah, they
straight
they
behind.
They just shoot forward.
No.
Yeah,
And
so
they
just come
don't-
up behind him. You know, fucking.
They
Like,
shoot
just
forward or
stay-
this
Stay behind the neck.
or this.
You're fine.
You know, you'd think for the space thing, they'd figure out the full 360
Also,
rotation.
Later,
Yeah, that's
two fucking star cruisers collide. You can literally go
Anywhere.
any direction.
Three-dimensional space.
Any direction.
That's what I was getting at. I'm about to say, like, that's a Star Wars problem in all the movies.
Dude,
actually,
I feel like it's like when you get to be a stormtrooper. I was going to say Starship Trooper. Stormtrooper. Like they give you it's like taking like an OSHA 10. It's just like a quick 10-hour course, and you just sit in the classroom, and they just show you bullshit like training videos, and they're
That
like, "All right,
explains a
go
lot.
ahead, get your helmet, and
that explains a lot.
get
Actually,
you a cruiser." You
We're
know?
supposed to put a cover on this thermal exhaust port, but it's a pain in the ass, and nobody.
it
Throw
doesn't
some
match the
chicken.
aesthetics.
Throw some chicken wire on it.
And that goes back to
Excuse
the
me,
wages.
space
What if
chicken.
it's like union style and there's different wages for different planets, you know? And they're just like, you know.
Oh boy.
Contracting and strikes.
So you pretty much just took the U.S. military and put it in space. Fuck, we already have the Space Force, and here we go. Star Wars was a premonition. Turns out it wasn't a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Damn it.
We are the galaxy a long time ago again.
Trump could look like Trump or Biden could look like a fucking Darth Sith and like Biden
They
if you put a
already-
cape on that fucking dude.
Oh, dude, Dianne Feinstein was Emperor Palpatine.
100%. And Trump actually did make a Star Wars post. I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
But anyways,
Like,
He
yeah.
posed as a Sith.
as a Sith, and they didn't see the irony.
Like, so they did an AI generated image. Like,
Right.
Trump shared it, and then the official White House page reshared it
Gotta love the
as
government.
a Sith.
Just didn't see the irony.
Palpatine is a great guy. Outstanding.
Mind you,
Best
this
Sith
was,
around. Nobody's
this
better than
was also
Palpatine.
like a week after they did the exact same thing with him dressed as a pope within a week of the Pope dying.
They dressed him as a pope? Yeah. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, so moving on back to Star Wars.
We are on Star Wars.
Oh, God. Okay, you're right. Anyways,
I did not see the pope picture.
all right. So, and about the Battle of Hoth, and obviously about the whole neck thing.
They reshared it. Satire is dead.
The neck thing, obviously, okay. Like the AT-ATs, which are just a troop transport, anyways, are so cool in design. Because like, how do the troops get out of it?
I hate them and love them at the same time. I'm not gonna lie.
They're giant metal camels.
Oh, I know.
With weak knees.
I know.
I have weak knees.
But for some reason, I love them.
Okay.
Rogue One made him look badass.
We saw how well that went for them.
No, exactly. But still, like it's like this sucks, but I love it.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Just the aesthetic of it.
Sure, space camels. So yeah, that happened. One of the things that bothered me about one of the scenes that towards the end of that is when when the Millennium Falcon was leaving, and Darth Vader just standing there like,
Yes.
they're getting away. And instead of just force stopping them.
And I'm like, then you make multiple references in past
Kenobi.
movies where he's just like,
Kenobi. Like, you can't even say the games and write it off. Like,
No,
Kenobi
it happened.
did it.
Canon.
But
it happened in Rebels. It happens a lot.
it happened
well, okay,
Yeah.
see, and
And then he fucking force choked somebody in a different Star without raising his hand.
the animated stuff I have like a little leeway with. I know it's still canon. It's still canon, but some of the stuff I just kind of write off. And but differences between the animated and the and I don't know why I do that. I just do. It's I don't know. It's how I reconcile it in my brain.
Sure.
I was fine until they made it happen in Kenobi. Great scene. Don't get me wrong. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was great.
And everything, but like stuff like Empire, like
there is
what he just wasn't feeling it that day. The cold got him.
There is another
Shrinkage.
scene.
I mean, dude, his half his body's metal. It had to have been creaking.
Oh, I'm sure.
They also do make us another scene later where he's talking with the bounty hunters, and that's where you see like Boba Fett and
Yeah, boss and all them.
yeah, and so they're all in there, and he goes, "There will be a generous reward if you find the Millennium Falcon." Ooh, there it goes by the window. Like, I wanted one of them to be like, "Found it."
Yeah, it'd be like Boba Fett, like, all right, it's right there, pay me.
There.
You know, I do wonder, and if the AT-AT, if Hoth and everything, I do wonder if there is any Hannibal inspiration there, because they base the AT-AT off of elephants and how they walk,
Okay.
and it's always made me wonder.
Oh, that Hannibal. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know why my first thought with Hannibal was Hannibal Lecter, not Hannibal Barca.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. The
Crossing the Alps and the elephants and everything. I've always wondered that. I got no way to prove it or investigate it, but it's always been kind of a curiosity.
Gotcha. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, because I know that they based it off of elephants. I know that.
Sure.
But it makes you wonder.
Sure.
Is that why Hoth was cold in the movies?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, could be. Also, just speaking of like off canon, but still about Hoth. You guys played The Force Unleashed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think there was a second one where they had like the alternate timeline where like Starkiller just goes and kills everybody. Like, and so he killed Luke. I think he cut off his arm again and threw him into one of the land speeders. Because one was flying out of the hangar.
Right.
It's like this Force like yeets him. Smacks right into it.
For some reason, I thought he threw him into an engine, but no, you're right.
No, he did. He did after that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he threw him into. Oh no, was that him or Obi-Wan? He threw into an engine.
It might have been Obi-Wan. I think you're right about the snow speeder.
Yeah, he definitely throws him into a snow speeder.
I remember an engine for one of them.
I think it was on Tatooine. Obi-Wan he threw into the Millennium Falcon's engine.
You got it. Yes.
Yeah, if anybody just wants to see what I'm talking about, it's all on YouTube. Like, there was a DLC that came out for I think the second one, and it was just alternate timeline. Starkiller lives long enough to be in episode 4, 5, and 6, and just kills everyone. It is hilarious. In like the funniest ways. Obviously, Obi-Wan into the engine of the Millennium Falcon. Literally a fucking Sosi just leave and he just yeet. Then he ragdolls, of course. After he cuts his arm off again. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's real good stuff. Anyways, moving forward a little bit. So after Battle of Hoth, obviously everybody's leaving. Luke goes to Dagobah, crash lands into Dagobah, gets shit talked by a very tiny green man.
I will say, like, Luke was leaving Hoth in his X-Wing, and like he's like, yeah, we're gonna go to the Dagobah system, and then the scene cuts to Han and Leia like duking it out with the Star Cruiser. I'm like, man, Luke just said, "Fuck you." Figure it out.
I'm out. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he really does.
The epitome of, they'll be fine.
Like, that's not my problem.
You see Luke coming up. Oh, thanks, you didn't have any.
Like, oh well, his hyperdrive system works at least.
Yeah.
Must be fucking nice.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he does. They're going to chase for quite some time, and they just list lazily to the left to escape it all. But yes, it's fine. Like, I know a few maneuvers.
Also, they give up looking for Millennium Falcon fast. Like, it goes over the top and they're like, well, it's gone.
Well, no telling where it's at now.
Yeah, like they didn't send any TIE fighters out to do a sweep. Just like,
I also had a problem with that when the rebellion's leaving. They're all just like, yeah, we're gonna shoot this ion cannon that just disables star cruisers.
yeah, it's a giant boob nipple gun.
Giant boob nipple gun that stops ships. And I'm like, wow, that seems overpowered as all fuck.
It is. It was.
And they're all leaving. And I'm just like, hey guys, where are the fighters? Any of them?
Yeah. Like
We're
it's.
saving them.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
They all just drive like shit. If only we had something to go.
You
like,
have to remember, George Lucas was inspired by World War II movies, not necessarily World War II tactics.
did he watch Tora?
Well, I mean, if the Empire is supposed to be, if the Empire is supposed to be the Germans, they did lose.
Yeah.
So accurate enough.
Yeah. Oh, God, I get so tired of that, too. The Empire is this country. The Empire is that country. Blah, blah, blah. Like, they literally choke out their leadership and purge them.
So
I'm trying to tell you, it's Germany and Russia. I don't care what you say.
I had to look it up just because out of curiosity. A standard Imperial Star Destroyer has 72 TIE fighters on it.
72?
Yeah, so 48 TIE fighters and 12 bombers and 12 interceptors.
So let's put this in perspective.
Yep.
How does a Star Destroyer compare to an American aircraft carrier in scale?
It's about in scale.
In scale, well, I mean, the Star Destroyer is bigger.
No, I know it is, but so we have perspective.
Okay.
Because 72 TIE fighters sounds ridiculously low.
Yeah, no, because that's on par with pretty much a standard aircraft carrier now.
This is the point I'm
60
making.
to 80.
Huh?
60 to 80.
60 to 80?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's way low.
Well, no, he's asking how many aircraft carriers in size, not aircraft capacity. Because, like, you have two items that are carrying the same amount of aircraft, but the Star Destroyer is significantly
larger, yes.
And so he's asking how much larger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were asking a different question.
Yeah. No, yeah. Scale. Yeah. One on. Yeah. Like, what's the 1-to-1?
I'm gonna say at least 2 orders of magnitude.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I just want to hear the number so we know how ridiculously low 72 TIE fighters is.
Oh man, that's really okay. So about 3.4 times the size of an aircraft carrier.
Oh, that's actually not nearly as big as.
It's still though.
Yeah, but
You can fit some fighters, man. Clear out a closet.
yeah, but one has to go into space.
Well, yeah. Well, it doesn't have to necessarily go into space. Well, I guess they do now, but
So
they were always built in space. They never left space.
Well,
Back in the day.
Sure. So yeah, according to the internets, a Nimitz class carrier is 333 meters long versus a Star Destroyer, which is 1,600 meters long. So about 4.8 times longer,
Okay.
at least. But that answers the question that I don't think anybody on the internet has ever asked until now. I mean, obviously somebody asked it before because there's an answer, but still.
Because there's a ratio.
How many aircraft carriers could you jam in one of them fuckers?
Obviously. All right, we're at an hour, by the way, so I'm going to move this forward
And we're
again.
30 minutes into
Hey, you know what I thought was
damn it.
fucking hilarious though
Yes.
was on Dagobah when fucking Yoda starts smacking the shit out of R2D2.
Yes.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yes.
With this fucking
That is one of my favorites. It doesn't get better than him, like the whacking, fine. It doesn't get better than him forcefully shutting his door with the cane.
And I know Yoda's been there a while because Luke's in his 20s, and so I
19 years.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah, between
Yoda acts
3
like
and-
he's
well, 3
never
and 4.
seen
Right.
electricity. He's like picking up a flashlight, like ooh, and he's like, I'm like,
Well, he's obviously doing it to fuck with them.
yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like he's not.
Well, no, because see, okay, so this goes back to George Lucas and Joseph Campbell and his whole like hero arc, and I guess one of his mechanisms was the heroes in Joseph Campbell novels always come across some sort of weird, crazy creature or person or whatever that is seemingly is insignificant to that person's journey. and only for you to find out they're the key.
Yeah.
Like it's the whole, it's the whole thing. That's why the act exists.
I also did appreciate, like, they go through a fair amount to introduce new animals and wildlife into the Star Wars movie. And then occasionally it's just, here's a fucking monitor lizard. Like, there's one scene where it's just a close-up of a monitor lizard. I'm like... Or when they're in Yoda's hut, there's just like a fucking snake that Luke picks up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this is a snake. And that's clearly just somebody's pet that they brought to the studio.
It's fine. It's just Jeff. He's fine. It does add to the world, though. I mean, because you're in the middle of a swamp, you're going to have some kind of creatures in there. And how much budget did they really have?
I know, it's just funny.
For Empire, a lot.
Actually, you're right. I
Yeah,
forgot.
for-
yeah,
the
episode
fir-
4, no.
Yeah,
But
the
yes,
first one, not so much. Empire, a lot. But for all of George Lucas's failings, his world building ability,
Yeah, no, like,
king of the castle, in my opinion.
it's nitpicking. I just like thinking, cool, monitor lizards are canon and are also aliens now.
Well, we also have Space Boston, so I mean, whatever.
That's how I always felt, and it's not an exact copy, but that's how I always felt in the re-release of New Hope when they're riding those lizards. Just like you modified a Komodo dragon. That's what it looks like to me.
I'm glad I still own the original cuts of all of those. But so yeah, all right, he's there, he's training. There's of course the scene where he fights Vader, and
Why is that in slow-mo?
I don't.
So you know,
And
so you
reminds
know
me of
it's a
big fucking
vision.
baby all the time too, man.
Oh yeah, Luke's a straight bitch.
In my opinion, it's so you know it's a vision. That's why they changed the frame rate and everything else.
Oh, sure.
So it's like a dream.
What would have happened if he didn't take his weapons with him?
I also love that he reacts the same way Ben would have if somebody's like, you don't need weapons in there, and Ben's like, I'm fucking
Fuck you. I'm gonna. Dark ass cave. I'm in the galaxy's Bermuda Triangle. You're gonna tell me I'm not bringing a fucking gun? Like, this thing killed my radar by going through its clouds. Are you out of your mind?
Also, like, I know that it's kind of like we know, and like it's foreshadowing for us, like, oh, he kills Vader and his face is in there. What was Luke supposed to get out of any of this? Just like,
Trauma.
Well,
that fucked me up.
in all seriousness, I would say that he is, because if you take the conversation that takes place just before this, with Yoda on his back, and he's asking, is the dark side stronger? Blah blah blah. No, it's not, but it's easier and quicker and faster and all these things. Very easy. That slippery slope argument,
More efficient.
and everything. So,
I'm just saying.
and I would say that Luke not knowing what's going to come. It's more of a cautionary tale of what he can become. And again, if you use his clothes as an analog for the trilogy and it getting progressively darker, even in Empire where he still goes from white to gray and everything, and using that as an analog for his journey.
Wow, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and because in Return of the Jedi, he's dressed in all black throughout the whole thing. It's Johnny Cash in it the whole way
That's that
through.
English teacher that asks you, what does the window partially open mean?
That's why I dropped out of college. Fucking hated those classes.
That's what I would say.
No,
he was supposed that
makes
the
sense.
character not knowing what's about to come. That's what he's supposed to take from it. I would
Right.
think.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's fine. So, anyways, all right. So, fast forward again. Yoda pulls his X-wing out of the swamp. He's like, "Oh, well, size doesn't really matter." Says no woman ever, and and it's fine. So yeah, like so, I had to.
No, I saw your sister. I saw what you did.
Yoda's just drunk as fuck the whole time. We talked about this the first
Yes.
episode
Yeah.
we did.
Yes.
About how he's just that's the funny part too. He's drunk as fuck, and then this kid just shows up asking him stupid fucking questions. And Yoda's just like, oh my fucking god, dude.
Both of them talking to the same imaginary friend.
Fucking robot's alarm clock keeps going off like every fucking 7 minutes. Like,
So actually, on your John Witherspoon lookalike comment, the first
Yes.
time we did this,
Yeah.
and I found out because I tried doing a like behind the scenes thing this time just to learn more.
yeah.
The guy that designed Yoda designed him after himself, and because he was lacking inspiration otherwise, I guess. So he
Yeah,
designed him again compared to himself, and then put Albert Einstein's features on that design of himself to give him
That
that.
explains the hair.
Wow.
Well, to give him that wizened look and everything, but also something that we would probably subconsciously accept as wise and knowledgeable.
There's something about that look, it's like Sigmund Freud or something. Like, I'm really smart, but I got a real bad cocaine problem also.
They always do.
Well, you should have gone with anybody but Freud. But
So who had the big ears?
It's fine. It's all fine.
so to do a callback to the original Star Wars one, that's where the look came from.
And what happens to Yoda at the end of that scene?
That's where that's Return.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
wrong movie.
yeah.
Never mind.
Hey, you got tired of answering
you,
questions
John.
that died. I get it.
I do replay that part.
Try to explain.
Not
to
him
me how fucking
dying.
Moses passage
But I replay that our part.
Well, we haven't brought up the whole John trying to sell me all space slavery thing yet. So. Fucking ridiculous.
Didn't say they should do it.
Everybody knows what you meant. It was just so artfully bad that it was wonderful. And I'm glad I was here for it. My back cannot stand to laugh that long again. So we're going to move forward.
All right, gonna fast forward again.
I
I guess
remember listening to that episode like 3 or 4 times the next day, and I'm like, do I need to put out a public statement?
Fortunately, we're not that famous yet.
This is going to be one of the things in like 30 years that someone's going to bring up, and I have to answer for it.
If you did a public statement that day, it would have been to the dozens of people.
it's fine. It's all fine. So yeah, fast forwarding again. I think what's next? Cloud City.
Yeah. Oh, I do believe Dagobah was Bermuda Triangle or inspired by the Bermuda Triangle. That's just my not head canon. That's just my fan theory, but just wanted to say that.
The Millennium Falcon does its like running away, it goes into the asteroid thing, and then they go and hide in a worm. And
Yeah. There's a whole like, oh, don't tell me the odds. Like, dude, like you're a main character, you'll be fine.
Dude, that is probably my favorite Star Wars quote, though.
okay.
Never tell me the odds.
That is a pretty fucking hard scene right
that
there.
is probably my favorite Star Wars quote.
But it just, like, if he hadn't been such an asshole in the beginning of the movie, I would have been like, right on. So from the get-go, I was like, fuck this dude.
also,
Okay.
also, why do Han and Leia care that like C-3PO walks in on them? That's like your fucking Roomba coming in, and you're like,
Well, I don't think they cared as much as he just interrupted.
Right.
yeah, but it's like, I mean,
He cock blocked him or wrench blocked him. But anyway,
if you're having sex and the Roomba comes in the room, do you stop?
yeah. What?
I feel like it's more sentient than that, but
Who
okay.
turned on my Roomba?
Shut the fucking door. God.
It's on a
I feel like it's more like an animal coming into the room than a Roomba, but
I do love that covering his mouth shuts him up
yes.
in the beginning. But yes, anyway, probably my favorite quote. Yeah, never tell me the odds.
I'm not stopping for a Roomba.
Well, I'm not stopping if the dog comes in either, but still, like,
So the dog and
Sometimes it gets-
Chewbacca and
oh god.
See, now Han is probably the pet in that scenario because
he's definitely the younger.
Chewie's going to
yeah.
live so much longer.
Yeah.
Also true.
Yeah,
What you don't know is Chewie's just like laying on the floor the whole time they were doing it. Like
doing his best bearskin rug impression, judging.
That's not how I would do it.
Have a red rocket.
What's that sound?
Also, minor note. Nobody even attempts to speak like Wookiee. Like, he's the only one speaking Wookiee, and they just respond to him in English. I feel that's kind of a dick mood.
I mean, that's kind of a universal thing, though.
Well, they did. He did speak Wookiee in Solo, but we don't
that's
have to
true.
talk about that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if somebody was speaking to you in Spanish and you were only responding back in English, and, like, you understood Spanish, but...
I actually do that.
So, like, I work with a bunch of like older Serbian and Croatian dudes, and they speak very broken English. So
Oh, yeah.
when I talk to them, I speak broken English.
I did the same thing in my.
Does that make sense?
No, I did the same thing in my old work because it was Poles, Bosnians, Serbs. This very same situation.
I mean, you think
very
about
similar
it, it's
situation.
like the words they're saying are the words they understand. So if you're saying,
Well, they're also the critical words.
yeah, if you're throwing a lot of extra stuff in there, simplifying your language isn't like a bad thing.
I mean, I might slow it down, but I definitely don't break it up. I mean, I work with mostly Indians. Like, it's fine. They still understand me well enough.
I catch myself every day. Like, my brain just automatically, I turn into one of them. You know.
Okay.
One of them.
That was racist.
All right. I play hardball, goddammit. I don't
Space Alabama.
No, it's Space Oklahoma at this point. We're just gonna keep it in the range. All right, so yes, asteroid field. They go into a giant worm that they don't know is a giant worm. They're getting attacked by stomach bugs, which is interesting. It has some type of disease, obviously.
It also has an atmosphere.
Yeah, no, I was like,
obviously.
Well, for it to breathe. Obviously, they're wearing masks, but
yeah, but they don't need a spacesuit.
oh well,
they're in space just with like a respirator.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I chalk that one up to the fantasy part, but the fact that the worm isn't breathing anything, like, what's going on there?
Yeah, because it should have been moving.
Yeah,
if it was breathing.
Oh, also, one of those asteroids is a potato.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Is it really?
Yeah, dead serious. Dead serious.
Yeah, like if you ever go back to watch the movie again, you'll see it now. Like you can't unsee it.
Yeah,
What's your first like? Was that a motherfucker?
Yeah, dead on. It's a potato.
That's good stuff.
God, I love
really
that.
good stuff.
I wish I could be like, I don't know what job title that is, but to be responsible to make the graphics in those times.
Yeah, like special effects or
Like we needed an
VFX or
you know.
yeah.
That'd have been fucking cool.
All right, let's see where we at here. All right, so we got all right, yeah. So Cloud City when they meet the first black guy in the galaxy.
Yep.
All right, so
And he turns out to be an asshole.
well, he's friends with Han, so it kind of adds up.
He's also wearing a cape, so it adds up.
It's
and not fighting crime.
That's fair.
Smooth as fuck still. He's still.
Dude, Billy D played such a great role.
Yeah. It's
Dude,
like,
there were so many times he was begging to walk into a fucking room with a Colt 45. It's like, just every time a door opened and he looked at Leia, you'd think a commercial's about to start.
yeah,
That's good stuff.
Tell me I'm wrong.
It's good stuff.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, so yeah, you meet the first black guy in the galaxy, and he's also a dick. And then he betrays his friends, but I don't really think I had much of a choice there. I mean, it's like either you give up Han and hope to save Leia and Chewie, or you die. Also, your space station gets taken over, and then they still do the same thing they were going to do in the first place.
Also, the original deal he was told versus how it actually ended up going down.
Yes, pray I don't change it further.
So there, you do have to weigh that.
Oh yeah,
Also,
which I am. I'm giving him some credence that he was in between a rocket and a Death Star. So I get it.
Yeah, no, I know, but yeah, he was sold a better bill of goods originally, and like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we have Space Pigs, your best friends in Carbonite, and you're an asshole.
Hate to see it happen.
Yeah, you hate to see it. It's a no-win situation. It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, there's that. I don't really have much to say about that. I mean, Han Solo's frozen in Carbonite. They should have tested it further. Probably. It's fine.
it's like Lando's like the Pinky of fucking Star Wars from next Friday.
So the whole reason that Han was frozen in Carbonite is because from I guess from day one, Harrison Ford wanted Han to die. And he wanted to kill off the character. And
I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
they didn't know
Harrison Ford.
They did not know. Harrison Ford would not answer. They did not know if he was coming back for return. Mm-hmm. That's why he gets frozen.
Yeah, I think they showed him the money, and he was like, "Okay,
yeah,
all right, that's fine, it's fine."
Yeah,
like why wouldn't you return though?
That's just how he is.
Yep. Yeah. If you've ever seen an interview with Harrison Ford talking about Star Wars, he is always talking shit.
Really?
Like just the most amount of shit you possibly can.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's an interesting mentality.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's thankful for it and everything else.
Well, yeah.
But I think I don't know.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's why he got frozen. It's just like they literally put him on ice.
That's hilarious.
The character, like Break carbonite in case actor returns.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got that. Cool. And then Luke's like, oh no, my friends, I can feel it in force. Blase, blase.
While I'm upside down. He's upside down a lot in this movie.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. It really was.
Well, it's an artistic choice. That his world is upside down.
Oh, okay.
And whatnot. So yeah, being stuck on Hoth, or the ceiling on Hoth.
I think you're reaching on this one.
No, I'm sure it's cited. And then what was I just saying before puberty fucking interrupted me?
Yep.
God, fuck you, man.
Stop making up bullshit about it's upside down, so his world is space. They're
Upside down in
upside down as a perspective.
Cloud City at the end. And Dagobah, there we go. Where he's holding up Yoda,
Yeah, the rocks.
with his foot and everything
Yeah.
and whatnot. Yeah, it's an artistic choice. I'm sorry you can't see it.
You fucking uncultured piece
Motherfucker
of
likes
shit.
being upside down. I don't know.
Fair enough. All right.
Why I
so,
didn't do great in English.
fair enough.
I don't know. The fucking door was yellow because they painted it that way.
That's actually why I stopped being an English major, because I realized how much I fucking hated it. Yes, this is bringing back great memories. I appreciate you.
It's terrific.
So much.
It's terrific when it's material you care about.
Yeah, I guess, man. Anyways,
Felt the lifeless response. Yeah,
I can't fake it. I really can't. Just don't have it in me anymore. So let me see where we're at here. So Cloud City. You got the black guy. You got
Leaves Dagobah.
leaves Dagobah. Oh yeah, fights his father. That's the whole thing.
There was a scene in where, because like Vader and Luke have ran into each other before, and it isn't until Palpatine mentions like, "Oh hey, by the way, this is son of Anakin," and Vader's like, "How is that possible?" Vader's like, "That's not possible." If I was Palpatine, maybe would have just left that out. Just like, hey, kill that motherfucker.
Well, I think Palpatine wanted another apprentice.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, kill that motherfucker.
I mean, because there's not that many force-sensitive people left in the galaxy. And if you think about power scaling, I mean, Luke should be one of the most powerful ones.
Well, yeah.
left.
And also you would want to kill Vader
Exactly.
before he's too powerful or gets enough time to scheme. Bring in the new guy.
The rule of two.
Yeah.
Get them both on a Star Destroyer and just fucking Death Star that shit. Then you don't have to worry about them.
But then you're missing the two of the rule of two.
Fuck the rule too.
I mean, obviously.
Make your own rules.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Too bad they
back
didn't
when the
have,
Sith were cool.
Wild card.
Yeah.
It's too bad they didn't predict social media in Star Wars. Could you imagine if there was like a Twitter or something like that in fucking Star Wars?
I always thought about
Like Palpatine making like fucking random tweets like Donald Trump does. just the dumbest shit ever.
I want his Twitter handle to be Papa Palpatine.
Papa Palps.
maybe,
Palps.
maybe I'm going to use
Papa
the Death
Pete.
Star on Alderaan. I don't know. He's just using that for negotiation.
It would be fucking hilarious though. Because they do have an internet. I forget what it's called. And they retconned an internet into the Star Wars universe.
It's like those are the only two things like Star Trek or Star Wars, none of that predicted was like social media. When I guess FaceTiming, yeah, they did.
Well, I feel like we would have space travel if we didn't have social media, so that actually adds up.
No, that's true.
Yep.
That is true.
Yep.
I have had the thought before, and I think it's a funny theory because, like, Princess Leia is, like, fairly popular. She's a princess, famous. And, like, I have the idea that everybody else knows, like, Princess Leia and Luke are related for some reason. Just nobody, like, talks about it. And so,
Wait. Let's see if it happens.
Yeah, and so everyone else is like, they know they're related, right? No, they're from the booth.
Phil.
That's what they do over there.
Oh, man. All right. So, they eventually escape. Luke loses a hand. I'm your father. Blah, 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 blah. The end of the movie, Which, why the hell? Like, one of the greatest questions of all time is still, why the fuck
Lando
was Lando wearing Han's clothes at the end of the movie?
So
Oh, they was doing some gay shit.
Well, Leia it was a role playing.
I heard the most Occam's razor answer to that question before this, and
Okay.
it's so stupid simple. It makes perfect sense. Only because Lando left in a hurry.
So he needed clothes.
So he needed clothes. Like he only left with a suitcase of Colt 45 and the cape on his back.
You said, "Gotta be dressing like the white man."
And so all he had was whatever was on the Millennium Falcon.
Which actually kind of blows a hole in that theory because of how much clothes he left on the Millennium Falcon when he lost it.
That is true because he had a fucking cape room.
He had a room of capes. So
The owner of this Millennium Falcon has to wear these clothes. It's a uniform.
Okay, the role playing thing sounds more plausible.
Thank you.
The more you guys are talking.
But I did like that answer of just like
he's the only black guy in the galaxy. She was curious.
like that is so stupid simple that like okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it as an answer.
Natalie not Natalie Portman.
What is with you in the wrong movie today?
I don't know. Princess Leia was kissing everybody.
Her and Lando in the room. Lando was like, "Is it true you kissed your brother?" She's like, "You want to find out?"
This Colt 45 says yes.
I'll kiss another brother.
I'm more upset that I didn't think about that. He earned it. He earned it. That's fair. All right, we're at hour 25.
That's shorter than all the Star Wars episodes we've
I tried to keep it as fast as possible because it's like 9:30 at
We
night.
only did one movie though, so
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We're gonna have to do another one next year, obviously. Probably episode 6. I'm guessing.
I am upset we didn't do 3 today, considering it was the 20th anniversary not too long ago.
Oh yeah, that was the 25th anniversary, wasn't it? Or was it 20th?
20th.
20th. Okay.
2005.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck.
if I learned anything, numbers don't fucking matter in Star Wars.
You didn't learn that. You just did that.
Okay, so
You watched them out of order.
fuck you.
Not our fault. Like,
Fuck you. Secondly, Star Wars wasn't numbered until this movie. Originally in 77, Star Wars A New Hope was just
A
Star
New
Wars.
Hope. Well, I thought it was called Star Wars: A New Hope.
No, it was just Star Wars.
Okay.
Also, there was cool. They did 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. You started on 5.
You don't have an argument here.
I don't make the rules, all right?
You didn't even follow them.
Star Wars made them, all right?
And you couldn't read the rules.
Didn't read the manual all the way. You know?
Okay.
Skim through it real quick.
This is why Space OSHA exists.
I am upset. This is why the hand railings don't exist. They're hoping to weed some of these people
You know,
out.
I really wanted to save a couple of the clips of actually watching it in Spanish because I did watch some of the clips and it is fucking hilarious. Some of the overdubs they have that are in Spanish for fucking Star Wars. Yeah, I would highly recommend.
Did any of the TIE fighters sound like La Cucaracha when they go by? Or?
Archer screaming.
The fact that we recorded this on Cinco de Mayo is just so much worse.
Yes!
Hey, I'm half Mexican.
Dude, okay, so when Cinco de Mayo does come around and that Obi-Wan Kenobi meme shows up where he's in the sombrero, I hear that music every time I look at that meme. Where it's just, you turn her against me. It's just, and I hear that fucking music every time.
He didn't have to stand like that.
No, he didn't. That is fair.
And I'm going to turn her around if you know what I mean.
All right, I'm going to wrap this bad boy up.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, actually, though, Alec Guinness, I think he recorded his lines in like 8 hours.
Sure.
And he took 0.25%, I think, of the gross as compensation, right? So he didn't get paid now.
Sure.
He got paid later.
Yeah.
Millions.
Oh, of course.
That's a fucking
Millions.
hell of an investment.
This was the cash cow.
Yeah, it was.
of the movie. Like it proved that, or I'm sorry, New Hope proved it could be done, and this is where it takes off.
Yeah, they made a shit ton of money. And again, like the whole merchandising rights, when George Lucas kept that, he made stupid amounts of money. Just stupid amounts of money. Good for him. And then he sold to Disney and where it went to shit.
Yep. With the exception of
Andor, Rogue One.
I would say 2 movies. I'm sorry, 1 movie.
The Mandalorian's good.
Yeah, 1 movie, a season of a show.
Yeah, the final season of Clone Wars was Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I was talking about the first season of Mandalorian.
Oh, that's good
Like,
too.
yeah, like that's
I
solid.
like that. Yeah, that's good stuff.
And then Andor. I haven't seen the second season though.
I haven't
yet.
watched it either.
I haven't watched it.
I need to rewatch the first season still.
Yeah. I should.
I need to rewatch I haven't watched the first season in forever.
I
so
should
need to-
revisit Clone Wars.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
Well,
I'm bad with any of the Star Wars shows that are coming out now. I've seen Obi-Wan and I've seen Ahsoka and Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, I liked Ahsoka and Obi-Wan actually.
I liked
That was
parts.
it.
I liked parts of Kenobi and Ahsoka.
The end
Yeah.
of Kenobi was super good.
It was
The beginning of it was
Yeah, it was. But that's the thing is like they can't string the whole thing together and like.
well, Kathleen Kennedy's leaving, so this won't be a problem.
Well, dude,
for long.
that already got rolled back
again.
again.
Shit.
Like there isn't a house that will just land on this fucking witch. But anyway,
Well, have you seen the housing market? Can't just throw these things everywhere.
but no, like I don't know, like Ahsoka it was so promising and so cool, especially with how they introduced her to Mandalorian.
Yeah.
like I was
That was
all
good.
team Rosario Dawson.
Oh, she plays it amazing.
She
Ahsoka.
plays it amazing, but they choreographed it terribly. So much of it was
But
bad.
Balin Scroll, unfortunately, he's been
Fucking-
recasted.
Dude, that killed me.
That sucked when he passed. But the
He was-
recasting was good.
he was awesome.
Dude, I want his
He was,
lightsaber.
dude. No,
badly.
I meant him. Like he was the size of every fucking hallway he was in. Like,
Yep.
I was scared for everybody on screen.
Yeah, it was great.
And
It was great. I love him. I love his lightsaber because it's orange, not
Yeah.
red. Like that's just dope.
Yeah.
His Padawan's cool.
I was just gonna say, what's her face? She did a really good job. I enjoyed.
can't remember.
I enjoyed her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, there's elements that I like,
There
but
are
like
bright spots.
putting it together, just they shit the bed almost.
Well,
every
and
time.
Filoni we trust,
Yeah.
and Favreau. So
Fingers crossed, man.
but
Love John Favreau.
it's good stuff, man. He makes a good product.
I'm upset with how little I yelled at you today, and by little I mean not at all.
I
How
know.
are you? I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Solid
know?
improvement.
I'm sorry I fucking bothered you, Ben.
DJ's not crying today. Ben's blood pressure is just elevated.
Made it out alive.
I'm at
baby.
I'm at an 82.
Another year. See you
Blood
next year,
pressure.
No,
motherfucker.
I'm just telling you, my heart is at an 82. I'm not happy with that.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we might as well wrap this bad boy up because it's late. I'm tired and I want you out of my home. So, anyways, this has been fun. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far in the episode, we appreciate it. Give us a like and follow on your favorite social medias. Check out our merch. What else we got going on? Social media, stuff and everything else.
Yeah, merch, comment, like, share, helps us out a lot.
You guys have an
appreciate you
OnlyFans now, right?
It was pronounced
Yeah,
Patreon,
follow us
John.
on OnlyFans. It is Captain Puerto Rico. If you find it, send us an email, requiredtaste.podcast@gmail.com.
Don't send us an email of that. Anyways, thanks for listening. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. Other than that, y'all be cool.
Have a good one.
Puerto Rico and a short shields made out of aluminum.
This is gonna be the gayest fucking OnlyFans ever. Someone's gonna send us.
Well, if they're trying to find OnlyFans on us in the first place, that's your own fucking
Hey,
fault.
so I don't know if I have a connection issue or not, but these things, like, I gotta hold the cord a certain way
that might be,
to keep sound going.
It might be a short in the wire somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
Damn, you got all the fucking great
Stop
stuff.
breaking your shit, right? I get animated.
It's the abuse of the vocal, just the repeated frequencies. The battery pack's still on, so I mean,
Oh, shit, yeah.
it must be
Yeah.
still at 100.
Yeah, no, it recorded.
Hell yeah.
It
I
used
think.
13% of the battery.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, solid.